Hello, YouTube. I'm back, and I know that I promised that this video live stream would be up yesterday, but I had a few problems on my phone, but I've managed to. I can finally say that this video is going to be my Storytime VIP concert experience, and yeah, so I know my VIPs were a few days ago now, and some of the information might not be exactly 100% accurate, but I'm going to try and remember everything. As you know, if you've watched my videos before, I'm a huge fan of the Vamps, and I go see them live every year. I try and get a meet and greet every year, and then it turns out to be a tradition that I do a story time for you guys, because I know a lot of people might think I'm bragging, but I'm not, and I just thought I should share my experience with you all and hopefully not inspire you, help you if you ever meet the Vamps and want to know what they're like. So yeah, I'm going to start. So this tour was the Four Corners tour, and I went to Harrogate and Manchester. Harrogate was on Friday the 17th of May, and Manchester was on Saturday the 18th of May. So I basically met them one day after the other, which was mad. So I'm going to start with Harrogate. So in Harrogate, I woke up around 8:30, and I got up, got not my concert outfit on, because I was going to the hairdressers to get my fringe put in and get my hair dyed. And then I met up with Helen at 11:15 because she was getting the train and staying at my house. So we walked home and stopped off at the local sweet shop because we needed to buy Brad some sweets, because we bought all the other members' sweets but hadn't got anything for Brad. And we also bought some mints to have before our meet and greet so we wouldn't smell. And then we got the train into Harrogate at 1:15. So yeah, and we went to Yo Sushi to have food. So we would just have a lot of food in Yo Sushi, and then a bit later on have just like a little snack. And then we walked up to the venue. Now, we got told on the VIP email that you get to meet at the main entrance for VIP, but we didn't actually know that there was 5 different entrances. So I was a bit like, which one's it going to be? So we literally like walked around the whole of the venue trying to find it. We got to entrance 1 at about 2:20. So we approached this security guard because I saw security there, and I was like, is this where we have to be for Vamps VIP? She said, yes, but you're not allowed to queue up until 3:00. So instead of like going off and just coming back a bit later, we decided there's not much point like going somewhere else. So we sat down on a bench and sat there for about 40 minutes, and that was when I decided to check Instagram. And I looked on James McVeigh's Instagram story, and I saw that he was on the train and he was over Knaresborough, and I was like, why is James in my hometown? Because I thought the boys will probably already be here, they'll be doing whatever in the dressing room getting ready. So I saw that and I was like, what? And then I remembered, if I've got meet and greet, so I can just ask him about it in meet and greet. So at 3:00 on the dot, well, actually before then, we saw Joe and we saw Dean twice, and we also saw, I think it's Ben from New Hope Club, like management. Yeah, we saw Ben. And then at 3 o'clock on the dot, we went to queue up, and we were the first people in the VIP line, which was absolutely crazy because I never expected to be right at the front before, because I've never been at the front. I've been in the first 10 people, but never the first. So it was like, oh my God. And then at about 3:05 maybe, we saw Dean and James walk in to the stage door, and we were all like, oh my God, it's James. And we were all like waving at him, and he was saying, hi, you all right? And then he just walked off. So it wasn't like, and to be fair, I didn't vlog it because it just happened so fast, and I was like, I wish I would have vlogged that right now, but I didn't, because it was just in the moment and I didn't expect it to happen. And then at 3:30, the VIP woman who was in charge came out and said, right, go to the check-in desk. And yeah, so when we went to the check-in desk, I don't know how well this is going to show up, we had to show our ticket and then like confirmation of our VIP, but obviously I didn't need it anymore, so I threw it in the bin, so I can't show you that. And then we were given the Vamps VIP lanyard, which is there. We also had to show ID, photo ID of like who you were, and then you were given the lanyard, and then you were taken to a separate queue. But I really needed the toilet, as I always do before I meet the Vamps. I don't know why. And I asked if it was okay to go to the toilet before meet and greet started. And she was like, yeah, just tell security you need to go, then go to the toilet and just join the queue. So I went to the toilet, came back, and Helen was like, you've just missed New Hope Club. They just got off the tour bus and I've walked in. And I was like, oh well. And then this security guard, who was absolutely lovely. I wish I would have asked for his name because he was a legend, proper legend. And anyway, he walked up he looked at me and my friend, and he was like, I've noticed that you two were first in the VIP queue. So he looked at me and went, you get in next to this escalator. And I was literally like, who, me? I'm first. He was like, yes, you're first, because I noticed that you were here first. And I was like, oh my God. And then we actually heard For You and Waves being sound checked. And that for me was like, oh my God. And to be fair, it took me a while to realise it was For You, because I heard the piano, and then I heard the drum, and then I heard Brad singing, and I was like, oh gosh. But it was so cute. And then as a joke, I said, imagine if we hear Waves, and we did. And I was like, oh my God, I can't deal. But I've realised I missed something out, because if some of you know, Connor Ball, the clumsy boy that he is, had injured his arm. And basically we weren't sure whether he was going to be at the meet and greet, if he was going to be at the gig. And at like 12 o'clock on the day of the Harrogate show, there was a tweet from him saying, anyone in meet and greet today, please don't bring a chair. And that made me so happy. And I just remember smiling so much, because I wanted him to be there, because obviously Connor Ball is my favourite, and it wouldn't have been the same without him. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much if he wasn't there. So it was really nice for him to be back. So at about 10 to 5 maybe, we were led up the escalator where the Vamps backdrop was. And there were these tables, and we were told to leave mobile phones, jacket, and your bag on there, because technically you're not allowed to have anything on you. So you're literally just allowed to have yourself, and you have to wear your lanyard at all times, which I don't mind, to be honest, because I quite like wearing it. And then just after 5, we were all trying to work out where the boys were going to come from, because I looked behind the backdrop to see if there was like a secret door or something, and I was like, I can't see anything, so surely they're going to come down the ramp, walk towards the backdrop, and then just go behind it. And then the VIP woman who was checking everyone in was like, okay, it's your turn. And I was like, but they're not here yet. How could it be my turn already? And she said, look around the curtain. So I'm not kidding. I looked around the curtain and they were all just stood there. And I was like, where did they come from? And I just remember looking around the curtain and seeing Connor wearing his sling. And I was like, oh, bless him. What a cutie. But we were told we couldn't hug him or touch his bad arms. I was like, I still got to talk to him. So I walked around, and I think the order was Connor, Brad, Tristan, and then James. So I walked up to Connor. Obviously, didn't want to hurt him, so I didn't hug him. But I was like, are you all right now, Connor? And he went, yes, I'm fine, thank you for asking. And then I walked up to Brad, gave him the biggest hug ever, because Brad hugs, they're pretty good. Really, really nice. And he smelled amazing. Really, really nice aftershave. Don't know what he uses, but... So I hugged him, and then he was like, oh, hi, how are you? I went, oh, I'm good, thank you, Brad. And he looked down at my shoes, and I'd got these gold LED light up shoes for Christmas as one of like my presents. And he said to me, oh, I love your shoes. And I went to him, just wait to see them tonight then, because they actually light up. So he absolutely loved them. And I was joking about it, like, what if one of them says something about my shoes? And I was like, if anyone says anything, it's going to be Brad. I just know it. And it was Brad. And then I walked up to Tris, and I sort of gave him one of them, like, I don't know why, because he's so tall, but I tried to give him one of them, like, over the arm, and then, like, yeah, it wasn't very, I don't know. And he looked really good, loved his jacket, really, really nice. And I just hugged him, was like, hi, how are you, Tris? He was like, I'm good, thank you for asking. And then I walked up to James, gave him... I saw that you were in Knaresborough today on the train. He was like, oh yeah, I got here a few minutes ago. And I was just like... And he was like, oh, why? And I said, I live in Knaresborough. And he literally said to me, oh, it's a really nice place from what I saw. And I was like, yeah, it's a very nice place to live. So then when Helen was hugging them all, because for Harrogate I was going to be in the middle, and then she would go between anyone she wanted, and then she'd be in the middle for Manchester, and I'd just go wherever I wanted for Manchester. So I got in between Brad and Tristan, and we did the cute, like, arm round each other pose first, and then we did a tug of war with me in the middle. And we've got the photos now, and I'm going to do another video after this reviewing the photos. And oh my god, it is the cutest photo, one of my favorites, because I'm not going to explain it, but when the pose happened, I sort of said, I don't know why, I did it again. I looked at Brad, and only Brad, and was like, can we do a tug of war? And I thought, I don't really know how to explain it, so I sort of hope they know what I'm on about. And Brad was like, oh yeah, we can do that. So I was like, thank you for understanding, so I don't have to explain it a lot because I don't know how. And I was like, that's good. So we did it, and I thought they'll just like pull me a bit. And Tristan, because we had like James and Tris one side, and them two are like super strong. And then Connor, who can't hold on because of his arm, and then little Brad. I was like, oh God. And Tristan nearly pulled me over. So in the photo, my face is full on panic because I thought any minute now I'm going to end up flat on my face. But I didn't, because Brad was sort of like pulling me back a bit. So if it weren't for Brad, I probably would have fallen over. So thank you, Brad. Saved me. Oh God. And then as I was leaving, going to leave, Brad sort of like grabbed me by the shoulder. Not grabbed me, but like put his hand on my shoulder. And I was like, is he going to pull me in for another hug or something? And he like grabbed me by the shoulder and went, oh, it was nice to see you. I was like, oh, it was nice to see you too. And I just walked off, and I was like, that was the best meet and greet ever. So after that, we went down the ramp and got merch. I think I showed everyone what I got in my previous video. Yes, so I'm not going to show. So if you want to see that, go and check it out. Yeah. I did end up spending a bit of money that I probably shouldn't have done. Yeah. And then we got a drink and food and went into the venue and sat down. And we were very close to the front. And I did get interactions from Brad. Like, as soon as Brad came on stage, he interacted with me. And I had literally got like 6 or 8 different interactions off Brad, and which was absolutely crazy. Even managed to get him smiling at me on the vlog during all night. And if some of you don't know, as Connor wasn't performing, even though he did do waves, during all night he was stood like side of the stage near me. So I was like dabbing in the first chorus, and he basically saw me and was just absolutely wetting himself laughing. And then I started just like jumping and going absolutely crazy in the second chorus. So I think he filmed me because he had his phone out and he was pointing it at me and he was laughing. So yeah, I got filmed by Connor Ball. And then we went home. And so that was Harrogate. And now I'm going to talk about Manchester. And this is where the title of this video will make sense. So Manchester, we'd booked a hotel because obviously we weren't going to travel back home after the concert. So we checked into our hotel, spent a few minutes in the room just getting ready, and then the hotel actually booked us a taxi, which took 3 minutes to the venue. We got out the taxi and we arrived at 3:05 and queued up for VIP, and same thing happened. And then at check-in, showed the ticket, which is here, got another lanyard, that's the word. It was funny because the VIP check-in woman, she looked at us and went, hi, you two again, what are you doing back? And we were like, we've sort of bought Manchester VIP for the Vamps as well. Again, Manchester VIP, it wasn't as organised as Harrogate. There was a lot more people, which I did expect because it sold out within minutes of being on sale. So yeah, it was pretty mad. And it wasn't very clear like how many different queues there was, but anyway, like trying to think. We did hear sound check again, and we heard What Your Father Says, and I think a bit of Just My Type, I seem to remember. And it was funny because literally everyone was going mad and just loving it. And then, I can't remember. I think we didn't meet them till like 5:45, so it was a lot later than the Harrogate one. But when we got to like the front of the doors, no, actually, when we were waiting in the VIP queue, we could sort of see through this door, and we could sort of see Connor on the end again, and he was hugging people. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna get my Connor hug, because it wasn't the same not hugging him in Manchester, not in Harrogate. So I was like, yes, I get my Connor hug. And we literally put our stuff on the table again and went round to the backdrop. And instead of me going round the backdrop bit first, I let Helen go first, because obviously I went first in Harrogate. So I was like, you go first this time. So she went round, hugged Con, and then I went round and I got to hug Connor, it wasn't like, obviously it wasn't as full on as it usually is because of his arm, but to be fair, I still got a hug, so I'm not complaining. And he was so cute, a huge Connor smile as always. And I was sort of thinking in the queue, like, if he doesn't say anything about what happened in Harrogate, do I say something? Because if not, then I'd miss out on a big interaction. So I said to him, Connor, I think you saw me dancing in Harrogate last night. And he looked at me and was like, oh yes, I did, ha 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 ha. And I was like, what? I didn't know what to say. It was like, Connor Ball remembered me. I was shocked. I was just like, oh wow. And then I walked up to James and hugged him. I was like, hi, how are you? And he was like, I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you. And then I walked up to Brad and gave him a huge hug and was like, and I literally walked up to him and I went, hi again. He was like, oh, hi again. And I said to him, you were amazing last night. Literally the best show I've ever been to. And he went, oh, thank you. That means a lot to hear that. And yeah, he was so happy with it, bless him. And then walked up to Tristan. Yeah, he was at the end, Tristan. Walked up to Tris and gave him a hug. I was like, hi, how are you? He went, I'm good, thank you. And then Helen got in the middle of Brad and James. Yes, Brad and James. And I was like, where do I want to go? And I was like, obviously, I want to go next to Connor because I haven't been next to him yet in this VIP. And I'm usually next to him in every single VIP. So I was like, I have to keep up my tradition. I've got to do it. So I literally went up to him and James was like, oh, could I stand in between you two, please? And he was like, oh, yeah, of course you can. So I literally got in between them two and I was just smiling away. And then it wasn't as prepared because it was literally like really fast. But Connor and James both put their arms around me. So I put my arm around them and smiled, a big, big smile. And then Helen looked at me and went, what pose do you want to do now? And then as soon as Helen looked at me, it was like a domino effect because all the boys just started looking at me and I was like, so I literally had like 5 seconds to think because I could see like security and then the photographer waiting. I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. So I literally said to them, can we do a finger gun with tongue out. And I don't know why I did it, but I sort of demonstrated as if they wouldn't know what I meant. And I was like, of course they're going to know, because Connor does it all the time. And then I literally remember just like doing it, having the photo taken. Didn't know if any of the others did it because I couldn't see them, obviously, because I was too busy looking at the camera. And then as I was about to leave, who decides to do what Brad did in Harrogate? Connor Ball. So I was going to leave, and Connor sort of like pulled me back with his good arm, and he just said, "It was lovely to see you again." I was like, oh my God. Inside, I was freaking out, and I literally just went, "Oh, it was lovely to see you too." And then he just smiled and like let go of me, and I just walked off. And I was like, and I walked around the corner, flipping crumbled, like Connor Ball remembered me. What the hell? I was a mess, basically, as I always am, thanks to him. So, oh my God. So I just walked off, and then we went down the stairs and we got into our spot for the concert, but we weren't bothered about being down at the front, so we stood near the back, and we had so much room to dance. The concert was on another level. It always is from Manchester. Always love going to see the boys in Manchester, and I've been every year since 2015 to see them in Manchester, and absolutely love it. Like the atmosphere, the loudness of the crowd, just everything about it. And then the day after in Manchester, because obviously we stayed over, we went to Arndale because I wanted to, because I'm basically collecting all of the Mickey and Friends plush, medium plushes, and I've got Daisy, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto so far. And I'd saved up my money to buy Minnie Mouse, and I bought her the classic red dress Minnie, and I love the new design with the hands like open, and she's adorable. And then I probably shouldn't have done this because I was planning on getting Mickey Mouse as well, but I saw that, well, in my local Disney store in York, they never have this plush that I bought, and it was Angel. And if you don't know, she's Stitch's girlfriend from Lilo and Stitch 2. And I remember seeing her, and I'm just going to show you her because she's the cutest thing ever. And she's so fluffy. And I looked at her tag expecting her to be like £30. And it said £20. And I was like, I need her in my life. So I bought her. And she's just adorable. I literally love her. And she shared my bed with me on Sunday night, and she is so soft and cuddly, and I literally cuddled up to her the whole night and slept like an absolute baby. But anyway, guys, that was my Vamps VIP story time. I hope you all enjoyed, and straight after this one, I am going to be filming my review of my VIP photos. So please stay tuned for that. And yeah, just thank you for watching. Also, I did do my Let's Talk About Four Corners tour video, my vlog, and my Four Corners tour Q&A. So if you want to, please go check them out, and just thank you all for the support because it does mean a hell of a lot. And yeah, just like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all soon with a new video. But this is Redhead Boo signing off. Bye.